Welcome back everyone to another episode of Ironman Skyrim. Just last time I had finished retrieving the white file for Norelian, and now I'm up here in Falkreath to kill Bethesda, I believe. And she's such a charming person, this is almost difficult. Boing, boing, boing. Oh no, who could have possibly done this? What a tragedy. So I thought there was a carriage up here in Falkreath and I was going to catch it over to Solitude, but there's not. So I decided while I'm up here I might as well head over to Mzinchaleft, I don't know, and pick up Grimsever for Miol the Lioness down in Riften. Now, this dungeon holds a special place in my heart because the playthrough of Ironman Skyrim that convinced me to start recording these episodes ended here. I was playing a Wood Elf Archer, and he got torn apart by the boss of this place. Now, if you don't know, there are sort of damage types and weaknesses for every enemy, and the Dwemer are not impressed by arrows. That's actually why I decided to play Bjorn as my next playthrough of Ironman Skyrim, because having an access to lightning spells makes the Dwemer much easier to take down. Additionally, that's probably the biggest advantage magic has. While it does have some issues, you know, sustaining combat, you run out of magic and you're pretty much sunk for the rest of the battle, you do have access to everything's weakness, if you did bother to pay for it, of course. So, the way Dwemer ruins typically go is there'll be sort of an introductory section, in this case it's bandits, and then you'll run into the Dwemer automatons. And this is actually this room, bandits and automatons were fighting. And I think the automatons are far more threatening, so I take them down first. Anyway, after you take down the initial set, you'll end up fighting a lot of Dwemer, and then almost always, you'll wind up in an underground section where you fight some Falmer. Now, like I said, the Dwemer aren't that bad so long as you have some lightning magic on hand or lightning enchanted weapon. And there are even some puzzles, or as close to a puzzle as Skyrim can get. Just grabbing that stuff. So here we are, descending into the depths of Mzinchaleft, and this is the section with the Falmer. The Falmer are, if you're a sneaking Dragonborn, as it were, you are not going to have any problems with the Falmer. They're completely blind, and just, they're pathetic. Come on, guys, shape up. So I actually discovered something I've never seen before. Well, it's always been here, but I never went to it. There's this underwater house, and I'm so tempted to go into it, but I risk drowning, and, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Let's go. So, I don't know how much longer I have to swim around in here, but I hope there it is, yes. Oh, sweet. Totally worth it. And one more. Oh, nice, a flawless amethyst. That'll help for Talonjay's quest. And swim, swim, swim. I really wish they let me know how much more time I had. Made it. I don't know if that was close or not, but it sure as hell felt close. So, the real threat in this dungeon, the one that killed the nameless previous Dragonborn, the Wood Elf, whose name I forgot, is this Centurion Master, I believe is what they're called. So I carefully place my lightning rune, grab all my buffs, and prepare for the worst. I honestly have no idea how this is gonna go. I was pretty nervous at this part. Alright. Okay, I need to get a little bit closer. Let's do this. Let's see what you're made of, Centurion Master. This is for that Wood Elf whose name I've forgotten. Wow, really? That was pathetic. Okay, yeah, just fall over. You barely took 3 steps. Even the Dwarven Spear manages to make it to the lightning runes. Well, that was really anticlimactic. I guess I'll just grab Grimsever, because why not? Anyway, so I fast travel up to Solitude just to let Jarl Elisif know I placed the horn at the shrine. And also, Falk Firebeard got in contact with me to let me know that Wolfskull Cave has gotten worse. Patema is now in the city. But the big news of Falk Firebeard's conversation is I actually have the money to buy a house. So I purchased a house in the city, and I actually managed to get it essentially fully decorated. I just don't get the living room decorations paid for. With that, this actually means for the first time in any of my playthroughs I've completed one of the 3 victory conditions. I could now technically retire to Solitude. On top of that, I even have a place to store all my alchemic and soul gems, all my crafting ingredients, which is nice, because they weigh about 200 pounds at this point. So after dropping them off, I decided my best course of action is probably going to be head over to Styr and try to solve the Patema problem. Now, I recently did the Patema quest in, I think, the last season I managed to make it there, but I'm still nervous about this quest every time. The antechamber with Patema is just brutal. Still, I feel pretty confident going into it, and I know basically where all the enemies are except for that one. That was pathetic. Alright, I just need to take them out as they come up the stairs, that's fine. And this would go a lot better if Uthgerd wasn't blocking my path out of the door, but whatever. Alright, I've taken no damage. Ouch. Ouch! Okay, yeah, so never ever underestimate this game. That was far closer than I ever want anything to be ever again. So, after killing that Night Stalker, my hands are a little bit shaky, as I'm sure you can imagine, so I try to take the rest of the dungeon with a little bit more caution. Luckily, I do remember basically where everyone is, and I get some pretty killer sneak attacks on everybody. And everyone is weak of fire, so that's nice. The only exception is guy there. I almost forgot to pull out my bow, and this is why I still carry around a bow, in fact, is to disarm traps like these. So just 1 and 2, and I can go collect those and, you know, use them, and they're not going to shoot fireballs at me. Alright, so I just have to place these 2 runes, trigger a fight, and then wait for the fireworks. Alright, close the door. So in a couple of minutes here, they'll probably be walking on those runes. Okay, or they could walk on the runes right away and save me some time, thanks. In fact, that works so well, I think I'm going to do it for this chamber too. All I have to do is drop a fire rune in there and walk in, and as soon as they stand up, they will trigger that rune. Come on, you guys, let me out. Get out of there. Come on, get out. Shoo. Wait. Uthgerd! Uthgerd, no! No! Uthgerd! Come on! Come on, Uthgerd, breathe! No, not another one! Breathe, Uthgerd! Breathe! Oh, Potema. Just for that, I'm going to enjoy killing you. Yeah, it was my fault. I'll accept that, but come on! I actually was starting to like Uthgerd. She did really well as a companion. Oh, well, this time I decided not to even bother entering the room, and actually the mission is a piece of cake because of it. And I happily tear every single one of these Draugrs to pieces. This is for Uthgerd, you stupid SOB. And Potema, I know you're coming up. You can't get the drop on me this time. And you know what? Just to add insult to injury, and just for Uthgerd, I'm gonna trap your soul in a soul gem. Who's the king of necromancy now, Potema? That's right, kneel. I can't believe I lost Uthgerd to my own runes again. Oh, come on, courier, way too soon. Give me some time. Well, she drops off 300 gold for my inheritance, which feels just so wrong. She did so well. Well, I let Falk Firebeard know the good news. Potema's dead. And with the living room decorations, my house in Solitude is now officially pimped. I get the right of, I become a Thane, rather, from the Jarl, so I officially have one of the victory conditions for the game set down. Granted, the easiest one, but one of them. So, I can't bear to take another house Carl into death, so I come over here to the Winking Skeever and I hire Belrand, and he and I travel down to Falkreath via carriage. We are just going to turn in those 3 contract quests with the Dark Brotherhood, and of course, in traditional Dark Brotherhood fashion, everyone's just standing around talking. You think there'd be more killing in the Dark Brotherhood, but no. They just stand around in a group and they talk. Cicero has arrived with the Night Mother, which is nice. Hey, Cicero. But the real news is that Astrid here is finally ready to give me a contract. She wants me to head up to Markarth and talk to the contact, and she'll give me the contract details there. I turn in all the contracts with Nazir, and with that, I am well underway into the Dark Brotherhood. So I think that's probably a pretty good place to get to. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you again soon.